All right. Hey guys, how's it going? It's me. It is late. It's about 1:42 in the morning, and I just wanted to show you guys something. Came up yesterday actually, and so I put it on my list of stuff to do, and that is how do you do an Authentisign when the parties, like a husband and wife, or it could be anybody, but typically a husband and wife, where one of the spouses has a power of attorney for the other. And so, figured I would show you guys that really quick here. So, we're going to go just to Instanet, and we'll just pull up a, let's say it's a seller rep, RE16 seller representation agreement, right there. So we'll do that. We'll just create a standalone form here, and put in whatever date, put in whatever name you want. Obviously, your name would go there. John Doe and Jane Doe. And no special terms and conditions. And there we go. Okay, so we have this document now. And we can just go save, just to save it into our system. And now we're going to do sign. So we're going to do sign. Yes, we want to continue. And here's where we get into the interesting stuff. So we're going to do participants. Now, you know that on the seller rep that we just drafted, we had Jane Doe and John Doe. We had both, right? Let's say that John Doe is traveling in some part of the world where he has no internet, and so before he left, he gave his wife power of attorney so she could get the home on the market while he was away. So if you have a situation like that, you'll want to name them both as you normally would on the document. So you'll still put his name and you'll still put her name on the document itself. But if she has power of attorney for him, we'll go to add new participant. So we're going to add her, Jane Doe, and just do one. We'll do jdoe at gmail.com. And in this instance, she's the seller. And normally you'd click add another, and then you'd go in and you'd add John Doe, and you put his email and the seller, and you'd have two buyers, or two sellers in this instance. You'd have John and you'd have Jane. But when one has power of attorney for the other, you don't have to worry about putting both people in as signers, because if Jane is going to be signing on behalf of her husband, then you just need one signer. So even though both are named on the contract, we're only going to put in one here for the signers. So I'm just going to hit add, and then we'll go down here to design. And when we go to design, you'll see that Instanet auto-populates Jane Doe's initials in all the spots where it needs to be. What we're going to do is we're just going to go to drag and drop and create additional initials for where she's going to be initialing and signing for her husband. If you want to, you could make these smaller so they match. Not critical, but you can. She'll initial here for her husband, Now there's one more change coming up, so don't check out yet. So we're gonna sign there as well, and we'll slide in the date there. All right. So now we have Jane signing twice, but here we're gonna go to markup. We'll go to markup, click on the text tool here, and then beneath every place where she's gonna sign for him. So I just click there once, then I have to click in the middle again to get my cursor there. I can just move it over here so you guys can see for a moment. And then in here, let me start over. So I'm going to go to markup, click the T tool, and then just click anywhere. Then I have to click inside again to get a cursor, and then I can type. And I'm going to type in here as attorney in fact for John Doe. And then I can click on the little gear tool here and change the font size to something smaller. Let's do 11 point. That might work. And then we're just going to slide that in right underneath where she's initialing for her husband. Then I can click here once more, do a copy, and then I can just paste that in. So I did Control C to copy. So I had it highlighted with the green circles here. Did Control C to copy. That now makes it easy for me to paste it over and over again, and then we can just kind of slide that anywhere is fine. It just kicked to the very top of the page. There we go. That works. That works. We'll go copy this one again for these areas. This we can move up a little bit, and then we'll come back to that. This will move up just a little bit, so we can drop that right there. There's that extra one. And then the same thing here on the signature page. And then we needed to grab the small one again and drop it right there. Works. All right, so now we have Jane Doe signing everywhere her husband would normally sign, because that's how you do when you're signing for somebody else with the power of attorney. You sign your own name as attorney in fact for whoever the other person is. So this is the way you do it. So whether it's in person or electronically, you set it up the same way. So Jane is going to initial here as attorney in fact for John Doe. Same thing here, same thing here, same thing here, same thing here, same thing there, there, and there. And so now you have this document set up correctly. You just hit next. Jane Doe gets the request. She initials everywhere for the initials and signs everywhere for herself. Then she initials and signs everywhere for her husband as attorney in fact for her husband. And that's how you do that. So if you ever have a situation where one party is signing on behalf of another with a power of attorney, that is how you do it. All right, just a brief one. I hope that helps, and we'll talk to you guys soon. Have a good night. Bye-bye.